This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. I present to everybody. You are presenting to everyone. Share screen. I'm gonna do my blog first. With this blog post, listeners, I am speaking directly to people not only about Ubereats, but are in an expanded Ubereats where they're still doing promotional activity. Now that describes my area of Hudson County, New Jersey, and probably many areas all over the country. I have some of the places where Ubereats is established, but I do not know where they're expanding to. Hudson County, New Jersey is the part closest to New York City. It's where I live. So when I begin my Ubereats, I home. And it's really cool. And this blog post that I'm going to read, again, it's for people who are in an area of promotion that might ask, is the work that I just did eligible for promotion? That sounds like an easy question, and it's absolutely not an easy answer. So this is my attempt to begin answering it. Do I get paid for what I think I should? So after I said Ubereats invite code, I got less than $3 for delivery. Promo, I should get paid $25. So the promo I'll show later in this video. I work from 6 to 7. I had one delivery, and the only nation is my one delivery began 15 minutes before 6 o'clock. So listeners, again, you will only care about this if you care about the answer to this question. I'm in an area with Ubereats that has promotions that tries to give me incentive for getting off my ass and delivering food. And I wonder if the work I do is eligible for the bonus, the incentive. The trick here is the bonus, which I'll show later. I kind of wish I had done it first. Maybe I'll get better next time. The bonus was 6 to 7, 6 to 9 actually. I only worked 6 to 7. So I went online before 6, and I got first delivery before 6 p.m. And then I did my delivery well into the hour, so maybe 6 to 6:20. And then I stayed online till 7 o'clock, and I went offline at 7 o'clock. So I'll 8th. When I get paid, I will look back to see what I've been paid. Unfortunately, you can only see what you get paid for the week in bonus. It doesn't have a day by day, but with this, I should be able to calculate it. So listeners, if you care about the answer to the question, when I do promotional, when I try to get motivated by the promotions, I am incentivized by the promotion. Is the work I do eligible for promotion pay? And if you're asking that question, I guarantee it's not easy. And Uber kind of slides money in a nondescript way. And I'll show that in a minute. No, I won't show that in a minute. I showed that in my second most recent video. But I have showed it recently, and I will show it every week. So this is my first delivery. There was a promotion from 11 to 2. The promotions seemed to be in. There's a promotion starting at 11. I went online, 11:36, I get my first delivery. and it was here at 49th. Now this is kind of cool because I knew when I saw that before the little thing went all the way around. I already knew I was going to La Noches, and I was correct. Again, that's only a benefit of being at home and being familiar with the neighborhood where the deliveries come, and being a walker. If I were a driver, I don't know what it is. So then I finished my second delivery. Started first hour, 11 to 2 is a promotion. My second delivery started right then. So I got 2 deliveries in the first hour. And this, I kind of thought it was Popeyes. I wasn't as sure. It's 5401 seemed like Popeyes. I was correct, but I wasn't as sure as I was with the La Noches. And then there's my third one. So listeners, please pay attention to this. Or if you care about the promotional activity, pay attention to this, because there's something significant that happened here. And I will make another blog post so I can go back when I get paid and recognize for promotional or not. So I'm supposed to get paid $25 an hour, and I have to have 1 delivery per hour, and I have to have basically 0. I have to take every job given to me. So there it is, 11:53. At the end of my first hour, I take my second job. I'm working at most of the 12 o'clock hour. By the time I'm finished, I'm idle for a while. And then there's my third delivery right there after 1 o'clock. So that 12 o'clock hour, that was during the promotion, do I get acknowledged for having a delivery? I was working much of that hour on a delivery. However, I didn't get one that start during that hour. The promotion is not precisely worded and does not allow that question to be answered easily. So then this is when I ended that one, 227. Now look at this. And again, the only people that will care about what I'm going to show right now are people that are Uber Eats walkers, people that are Uber Eats walkers. I took this one right here, this Japanese restaurant. This is 34th and Bergen Line, Union City, New Jersey. And then I finished it here. So here's the beginning at 1:10, and here's the end at 2:20. This was a complete and total disaster. It took me so long to get it there. I never got there. It was Japanese food, Japanese. I think they were Korean. It doesn't matter what they are, but they got impatient and called me and said, we'll come and meet you. It was 4 miles. Now, listeners, please, if you're Uber Eats and you're a walker and you wonder, what's the farthest job? The app should know I'm a walker. When you log on, you tell it you're a walker. If you do, it should give you walking routes. Well, 4 miles, estimated in 20 minutes, it's not fast enough. It wasn't fast enough for these Korean guys eating Japanese food. And it shouldn't be fast enough for anyone. Now, thank heavens I use the insulated pack, because it really does a job. It keeps the food hot. So they got food. It was a little bit late. If I would have been prompt, I would have been, they would have gotten their food a half hour before they came and met me. So it wasn't totally a loss for them. They still had relatively fresh food, cold drinks, hot food, whatever. So here's the beginning of some of the, this is 0 trips, 1 trip. Now I put these able to do a better job of reconciling going to how much I get paid. But right now I kind of can't. I just put them here. This is really bad humor. This man is in prison for murdering a pregnant woman and a child. And now he's also murdered about 4 people in prison. He's surfing life in jail. And I think he had an accomplice in the murder of the pregnant woman and the child. And anyways, I'm not going to say anything about his face. But do you want him to be your next Uber driver? I'm not going to answer that. So anyways, that's my code. Listeners, if you're going to register, please put my code in. I get $100. if I could thank you and buy you something like a beer, I'd love to do that. So I also have payment records that I began to find, but I wasn't ready to take my payment records, what goes to my bank account, and then be able to trace that back to when did I get paid, what did I do during that time, and did I get the bonus? That's this blog post, which I'll go back to now because it probably makes a little bit more sense. This blog post will help me reconcile when I get paid. So what I'm trying to do with this blog post, which doesn't look remarkable at the moment, but the reason it's important is it documents in a very easy, for me, searching and finding a blog post is very easy. You just use the search box right here, and it searches my blog, and it gets me to things pretty precise for probably this code, and I'm going to get my hits, and it's going to show this is what I did on 4/7, and here's a very short. Now this same is contained in these videos, but going back to the videos to try to reconcile how much I get paid, that's more effort than I'm willing to make. So I'm trying to give a real easy, efficient way to be able to reconcile my work with my payment and try to figure out if I'm getting paid for these incentives or if I'm getting shorted. If I'm getting shorted, there's really not anything I can do about it because I know the people at Uber say, hey, you know, it's promotional. Tough. It's basically $80, and because you didn't get paid 25, well, that was a promotion. We don't know why you didn't get it, but you didn't get that to say. Go to Uber, Hoboken on tomorrow, and I'm going to go in the morning. I'll have that in a future video. I'm going to go because of this. Because of this. These are together. The beginning of the only to deliver Japanese food to some Korean guys. I think they were Korean just because they weren't driving a Japanese car. Doesn't matter. This has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type howdy to Google. You'll find the calling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, a restful night's sleep. Ciao.